Greetings agents. Your mission is to complete top-secret RAPPORT training on managing difficult customers. This intel will equip you with specialized skills to transform even the most ferocious callers into cooperative allies. Get ready to access confidential techniques for customer service excellence, master communication tactics, battle escalating emotions, and unlock legendary satisfaction skills. Your dossier contains 2 modules, each with key objectives. In Module 1, you'll gain insight into customer anger triggers. Module 2 covers communication techniques to diffuse tense situations. Module 2 will assess your skills so you can earn RAPPORT Certified Customer Service Agent status. Click the Module 1 map marker to begin Mission Prep Agent. Your training starts now. Welcome to Module 1, Agent. Your mission is to understand the roots of customer anger and frustration. In this module, you'll learn the main reasons customers typically get upset on calls, like wait times, errors, and failed promises. How putting yourself in the customer's shoes builds empathy and patience. How understanding these common triggers sets the right tone for constructive conversations. How to reflect on your own experiences as a dissatisfied customer to improve your approach. By the end of this module, you'll be able to explain common causes of customer frustrations and channel that insight into positive interactions. Commence your mission by clicking on the red X. We'll examine typical scenarios that spark anger and how to learn from them. Mastering the art of understanding difficult customers is key to your success as an elite RAPPORT agent. You've got this. Time to elevate your emotional intelligence skills.
What are we doing?
Welcome to Module 1, Understanding Angry Customers. In this first scene, we'll explore why customers get angry when contacting customer service. Being on the receiving end of an angry customer call can be unpleasant, but there are usually justified reasons behind their frustration. By putting yourself in their shoes, you can build empathy and have more constructive conversations. Let's look at some common triggers for customer anger and reflect on how we'd feel in those situations. Long wait times. Customers get impatient having to repeat themselves or wait on hold for long periods. How frustrating. Billing errors, getting overcharged or hit with unexpected fees can quickly lead to anger. I'd certainly be upset. Defective products, a brand new item breaking down or malfunctioning is naturally aggravating. What a headache. Failed promises, when expectations aren't met, like a missed delivery date, customers understandably get annoyed. Unacceptable. Take a moment to reflect on times you felt similar frustrations as a customer yourself. This builds empathy and patience for when customers vent their issues. Understanding these common triggers sets the right tone for handling angry calls professionally. Next, we'll explore some proven communication techniques. To continue, select the next button. Effective communication skills are essential for navigating conversations with angry customers. When emotions are high, how you respond can make all the difference between a hostile call and constructive resolution. Let's examine some key techniques for communicating professionally even when customers are venting frustration. The first skill is active listening. Verbal nods. Paraphrasing. Asking questions. Not interrupting. This means fully concentrating on the customer, without distractions or multitasking. Demonstrate you are listening by summarizing details back and asking clarifying questions. Don't interrupt or talk over them. Next is empathy. Attempting to understand how they feel and letting them hear it can go a long way. I understand this must be frustrating. And I would feel the same way in your situation. These are great things that lets the customer hear that you care. Positive versus negative statements. Avoid unhelpful phrasing. Present information constructively and focus on solutions. Don't tell them what you can't do, tell them what you can do. Finally, set clear expectations up front. Example of expectation setting. I'm going to do X, Y, Z to help resolve this issue. Explain the process, time frames, and next steps. This provides reassurance even during tense moments. Let's practice applying these skills through some simulated conversations in the next scene. You have made it to the simulated role-plays. Well done. Now let's put your communication skills into practice through some simulated customer interactions. You will play the role of the contact center agent and demonstrate how to respond professionally when faced with an angry customer. I will play the role of the upset customer voicing frustrations. Choose your responses carefully. In this first scenario, I will be the customer, and you must select the correct response. Be careful about which response you choose. I ordered a product that still hasn't arrived 3 weeks after the promised delivery date. This is completely unacceptable. I sincerely apologize for this delay. I completely understand how frustrating and disappointing this must be. Let's see what is holding up your order so we can get it to you as soon as possible. Or, these delivery estimates are not always accurate. Let me check on the status and get back to you. You don't seem to care at all that I've been waiting weeks. I asked for a refund. Can you not handle that simple request? Some feedback on your response. Rome wasn't built in one day. You did not select the correct response this time. Before trying again, reflect on the consequences of the option you chose versus the other option. Thank you for understanding where I'm coming from. I appreciate you looking into this and finding a solution. Some feedback. In your response you showed some excellent customer service skills. Your apology was genuine and the customer knew this. You were able to label their feelings by identifying they are frustrated and disappointed, and you let them know that you understood. You then set clear expectations by telling them what you could do to resolve their issue. Select the next button to move on to the next scenario. Well done on helping your customer out and by selecting the right option. We will continue with the next scenario now. I was overcharged $50 on my last bill and I want it refunded immediately. This is outrageous. Which response should you give? I'm sorry about that. Let me transfer you to billing so they can investigate and apply any credits owed. Or, you're absolutely right. Being overcharged is outrageous. I sincerely apologize. I will personally review your account, find the source of the error, and process the refund today. Unbelievable. Now you want to transfer me again after I was already overcharged. This is abysmal customer service. I want to speak to a manager immediately and get my refund now, not whenever billing feels like dealing with it. Some feedback. As you can tell, by not showing empathy and wanting to transfer the call to billing has resulted in this customer wanting to complain to your manager. While you may not be a billing advisor, if you are able to resolve the customer's issue, it is best practice to do so. Try again. I'm relieved to hear you sincerely apologize and take ownership of this error. Thank you for personally reviewing my account, finding the source of the problem, and processing the refund today. I feel heard. Some feedback on your response. Well done on helping your customer. You gave a genuine apology, which shows great empathy as you could imagine yourself in their shoes. You highlighted that you understood what the issue was. And best of all, you took ownership and set the customer's expectations. Now that you've practiced these skills, let's recap what we covered in this module. Well done. Select the next button below. Let's recap what we covered in this module on understanding angry customers. Customers often get upset for justifiable reasons like wait times, errors, or failed promises. Putting yourself in their shoes builds empathy. Active listening, demonstrating empathy, positive framing, and expectation setting are key skills for communicating professionally even when emotions are high. You had a chance to practice these skills through simulated conversations and receive feedback. With this foundation of understanding triggers and applying communication tools, you are better equipped to handle difficult interactions constructively. In our next module, we'll explore specific techniques for navigating angry calls to reach positive resolutions. For now, reflect on one strategy from this module you can apply in your next challenging customer interaction. Visualizing success builds confidence. Select the Complete Module button now. Welcome to Module 2, Agent. Your mission is to master communication techniques to diffuse tense situations. In this module, you'll learn active listening skills like focusing fully, clarifying details, and avoiding distractions. How to demonstrate genuine empathy through perspective taking and compassion. Positive framing techniques to constructively rephrase negative statements. Setting clear expectations by explaining process timelines and next steps. By the end of this module, you'll be able to apply at least 2 specific active listening strategies in customer interactions. Express empathy by validating the customer's feelings in both words and tone. Rephrase 3 example negative statements into positive responses. Outline a timeline for resolving a sample customer issue. Get ready to develop your verbal arsenal for constructive conversations. We'll practice these techniques through immersive roleplay. Click on Scene 2 to continue communication training that is essential for any elite RAPPORT agent. You are Welcome to Module 2, Communicating Effectively with Angry Customers. When interactions get heated, how you communicate can make or break the conversation. On this side, we have an agent demonstrating poor communication. They appear distracted, disinterested, and disengaged from the customer's concerns. This almost always makes the situation worse. On this side, we have an agent showing stellar communication skills, fully attentive, calm body language, active listening. This radically shifts the tone from hostile to collaborative problem solving. Let's break down the essential communication techniques you can apply to diffuse anger and gain cooperation. Effective communication with angry customers relies on several key skills. Let's review them. Active listening. Empathy. Positive framing. Expectation setting. Click on each in turn, starting with active listening. Actively listening to your customer is paramount. Make sure to focus fully on them and what they are telling you. Give verbal nods and say yes etc. to acknowledge you have listened. Clarify details by asking questions around what they have just told you. Avoid distractions, do not multitask or use other devices when the customer is describing an issue. Focus fully on them and clarify what they have said. You will have time to multitask later in the call. Demonstrating genuine empathy is so important when interacting with angry customers. Put yourself in their shoes, imagine how they might feel in that situation. Frustrated, Confused? Upset? The illustration here shows that the advisor has put himself in his customer's shoes. You can see he uses verbal nods from active listening. This ensures the customer that they can speak with confidence. He can imagine their feelings and how that would be upsetting or frustrating. Validate how the customer feels and do not dismiss their feeling because you have heard similar stories from customers before. Expressing compassion helps diffuse negative emotions and builds rapport. Here we see an illustration contrasting negative versus positive framing. In panel 1, the customer expresses anger, saying this is unacceptable. In panel 2, the agent responds in an unhelpful way that fuels the customer's frustration. But in panel 3, the agent positively reframes the interaction, expressing understanding and focusing on potential solutions. This constructive, solution-oriented language radically shifts the tone from hostile to collaborative. When faced with a negative statement from a customer, avoid unhelpful responses. Instead, acknowledge their perspective and present information in a positive light. This positive framing focuses the conversation on resolving the issue, rather than escalating emotions. Setting expectations for callers. Day 1. When a customer calls in, here's our game plan. 1. Try to fix their issue with the tools we have on hand. 2. Clearly let the customer know the plan. I'm using tool X, Y, or Z to address your concern. If it works, we're done. If not, I might need 1 to 3 days to work on it further. Either way, I'll keep you posted. Day 3. If the issue is still hanging around. 1. Time to touch base with the customer again. 2. Give them an update, where we are, what the next steps might be, and when they can expect to hear back. 3. Even if the first fix didn't do the trick, it's crucial to keep sharing updates. It's all about being transparent. This way, our customers get what's happening and feel we genuinely care. The takeaway? Always keep customers informed and be clear about what to expect. This approach not only makes the experience better for the customer but, over time, will help us get even better at guiding them through the process. Mastering these techniques will transform your approach to communicating with frustrated customers. Let's reinforce them through an interactive exercise next. We are now on the scenarios where you will test yourself in what you have learned so far. There will be 4 questions in total appearing one by one in the center of your screen. Simply drag the question and drop it into the relevant speech bubble. When you have placed the question, click the tick icon at the bottom right corner of the screen. Question 1 is as follows. Excellent. Positively reframing the wait time shows the customer you value their time. Well done getting that question correct. Now follow the same process to answer the next question. Right. Validating the customer's feelings demonstrates empathy. Well done getting that question correct. Now follow the same process to answer the next question. That's correct. Asking clarifying questions engages in active listening. Well done getting that question correct. Now follow the same process to answer the next question. Now let's practice applying your communication skills through some simulated conversations. Just as we did in Module 1. You will take on the role of the contact center agent responding to customers. Use the skills we've covered to maintain professionalism, even when emotions run high. I signed up for a 2-year TV and internet service bundle. But my monthly bill is much higher than advertised. This is false advertising and I want a refund. Prices can vary month to month based on usage and taxes. Let me take a look at your recent bills. I sincerely apologize for this billing issue. I definitely understand why paying more than expected would be so frustrating. Let me review your account details and promo offers to determine exactly what happened. Have you got a lot of air in between your ears? You clearly don't get why I'm angry. I signed up for one price but I'm being overcharged. This is unacceptable and I want to cancel my service immediately. Some feedback based on your selection. Let's rethink how to positively reframe the customer's concern here. This response could come across as dismissive. How could you better empathize? The customer felt more frustrated. Think about taking more ownership next time. Let's try again. Thank you for the apology and understanding where I'm coming from. I appreciate you taking a close look to figure out what is going on. Some feedback on your selection. Excellent work demonstrating empathy. You validated the customer's feelings before moving to resolution. Good use of positive language and reframing the issue constructively. Responding with understanding and a solution-focused diffuse this tense situation. Well done picking the correct selection. Let's move on to the next. Well done getting the last scenario correct. Your positive communication led to a cooperative, constructive interaction. Nice work. Your responses kept the customer feeling heard and respected. When customers feel understood, they are more willing to work towards a resolution. Let's have a go at another scenario. I tried to activate the new mobile phone I ordered from you yesterday and nothing works. This is a defective product. I apologize for the issue with your new phone. Could you please provide me with some more details about the specific problems you are experiencing? Phones rarely arrive defective. You're probably just unsure how to operate it correctly. Are you accusing me of not knowing how to use it? You are calling me stupid without using the words. I want a refund immediately. Some feedback based on your selection. Let's rethink the approach here. The customer felt blamed and that you were calling them stupid. How could you have better demonstrated understanding? Try again. Okay, when I try to turn it on, the screen stays black. I've tried charging it and still nothing. The power button doesn't seem to work. Some feedback based on your selection. Good use of active listening to gather details about the exact issue. Let's move on to the next scene. Well done. Well done on completing the scenarios. It is starting to look like you will be a master of diffusing heated conversations. Let's recap what we learned in this module on communicating effectively with angry customers. For active listening. Fully focus on the customer, use verbal nods to let them know you are listening. Clarify details by asking further questions about their problem. Avoid distractions by not multitasking when the customer is explaining their problem. For demonstrating empathy. Imagine how they feel, try to imagine what you would feel like in their situation. Express genuine compassion, just as you would like to happen if you were in their shoes. For positive framing. Avoid unhelpful phrasing, do not tell them what cannot be done, or imply they may be doing something wrong. Present solutions constructively, let them know that you are happy to help to find the cause of their issue. For expectation setting. Explain process and time frames, such as I will ask you questions to find when and where the issue arose. These will take a few minutes. Provide structure, I will get to the cause, if I do not then X, Y or Z will happen next. You had a chance to reinforce these skills through an interactive exercise and practice them in simulated conversations. With these communication techniques in your toolbox, you will be prepared to maintain professionalism and achieve constructive resolutions, even when interacting with frustrated customers. In our next module, we'll learn a proven step-by-step process for resolving angry customer complaints successfully. But first, let's ace this little 10-question assessment. Congratulations, Agent. You've completed the 2-module RAPPORT training and are now a certified specialist in managing difficult customers. In Module 1, you learned common reasons customers get frustrated, like wait times and errors. How to empathize by seeing their perspectives. Active listening and positive communication. You practiced these skills through immersive simulations. In Module 2, you mastered the step-by-step complaint resolution process, determining the root cause of issues, presenting solutions and setting expectations, following up to ensure satisfaction. You applied these techniques through role-play scenarios. By demonstrating expertise in the final assessment, you are now an official RAPPORT agent ready to take on any customer challenge with professionalism and care. We know you will represent RAPPORT values and bring greater empathy and understanding to customer relationships. Though your training is complete, never stop growing your skills. There are always opportunities to improve. We congratulate you on this achievement and look forward to hearing of your continued success. Go proudly serve customers everywhere, Agent. Select the End Course button to close your screen. Dismissed.